it's impressive. And when it comes to career points, tying those two guys who are two of the legends of the game just speaks to how great. I think despite, being a SoCon Player of the Year as a freshman, he hasn't taken, to heart that he can take it easy.
He comes out of his stick as fast as I've ever seen it.
Yeah, he's an incredible athlete. I know it's been noted he played for the Duke football team this fall at running back. He scored 31 touchdowns his senior year in Texas high school football, so he's a guy who can make plays.
High Point with the face-off win.
Duke attackman, play the way they want to play it, quarterback the offense they want, and he's starting to fill in that role 8 games into the season.
Face-off win by Naso is quickly taken away by the Panthers.
And that's another way to, and there's no doubt that they can.
And you talk about an upset win, perhaps. Duke coming in number 10, High Point unranked. A little bit of a chip on the shoulder for an unranked High Point team.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you look at High Point; they have losses to Virginia and Maryland, the number 1 and 2 teams in the country. So, the hockey sis, they're not in lacrosse. I think certainly a lot of coaches and fans who watch the game closely see them and would love for them to be statted. But
I've always thought so.
They're statted in the indoor game, but not in the outdoor game.
Hit on the face-off, ground ball battle, an injured Panther up. We'll get set to face off again.
Yeah, certainly no panic for High Point here. Lacrosse game of runs. Ground balls are going to be there between who's going on runs and who's stopping runs from happening. This is a big one here.
Duke's going to come away with it.
It was a special goal there.
The spinning backhand. Boy, I don't think I've seen that, at least in a long time, if I've ever seen it in a game.
No, I didn't. He had it.
It's tonight. He finally gets on the board as a Panther.
Yeah, I got a feeling Maryland didn't want to see him in that opening game, that High Point play, so they said, maybe there's a little paperwork we got to get done.
Hoben wins the face-off, goes down and takes a bouncer that goes high.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's almost one conference in the preseason, or it's not the pre-conference season. And it's certainly the SoCon schools are not afraid of Duke, and it's rare to have programs not be afraid of playing this Duke team.
Coach Torpy has told us he wants McAdory's 10th goal this season. For a freshman midfielder, that's pretty good progress there.
Yeah, number 2 recruit in the 2021 class, and you're a freshman getting on the field early for Duke.
Back at the X, ground ball fought for. Going to be won by Duke. Naso with the win. He's going to go to the inside. Duke is up by 1.
And here it is, right? Game of runs. Quick 3-0 run for Duke right out of that timeout to respond. The face-off guy there, I mean, he's really strong on the ground. He's got almost 50 ground balls coming into today's game. So not only is he winning it, he can win it to get a bit of a breather. Looks like it's going to be Ginder coming out for the face-off, so maybe a chance here for High Point to steal one.
Duke's dominated the face-offs, winning 10 of 14.
And, I got to imagine that was a little bit expected for High Point, and they had their game plan on how they were going to negate it. And anytime you can make this a 3-on-3 ground ball instead of a 1-on-1, it's going to make a difference. I think Hoben was a little bit too excited to see.
Duke now with a 2-goal lead over the Panthers. As Hoben flicks the ball forward, High Point wins the face-off as Duke breaks a stick. So back to a 1-goal game. This is about as competitive as we could have asked for.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Tuesday night shootout. It's as fun as it gets. You don't want to play a Tuesday night game that's 8-7 final score. We got it 8-7 here with 3 minutes to go before the half.
High Point with the face-off win. Skirbo comes from the far.
Balls on the last 2 face-off wins. See if they can't pick up another one here.
1:44 left on the clock in the first half. Tie game between the Panthers and Blue Devils. Face-off fought for. Hoben was on the bottom hand. Going to get called for the hold. It's going to be Duke ball.
That is, just been placed to good spots. He hasn't had many easy saves, and that's what you want if you're High Point. If Adler's going to make saves, you got to make them earn it.
Collin, Hoben, Jake Naso back at the X. Been fun all night. Skirbo looking for the win.
Skirbo's, some schools like Duke and High Point, tough academics, you can't be taking a day off in the classroom.
We're underway in the second half. Duke initially won the ground ball off the face-off. Looked like the ball got knocked out of bounds, and Duke's going to keep it. Here's A.J. Kiernan now for the Panthers, out to take the face-off. Coming into the game, he was 1 for 3. He'll lose this one. Duke going to go quick. Naso Green with a great save. Duke picks it up on the doorstep.
I think it was Lully who picked up that one. Yeah, he had 4 ground balls last week as a goalie. He's certainly active outside the cage, trying to steal possessions any ways he can besides just saves.
Here is a High Point.
And a tough save there for Adler, seeing the back of the jersey and then the ball coming right at him.
Sawyer now tied with Nolting for 5 points tonight. They lead all scoring on the field. Lully has 4 for the Blue Devils as they win the next phase. Dahlkemper now on for the face-off for the Panthers. Makes the plea that Naso moved first, but he gets kicked out and Duke has possession.
That was a big one for High Point to get, just to keep this thing within striking distance. And, I mean, the way this game's going, it's going to have to be 6 or 7 goals, guys. But we've seen 3-0 runs in a blink of an eye so far today, so no reason High Point can't get on theirs.
All comes down to possession, and we'll see what happens here as
they go with the pole at the face-off, actually try to pressure Naso, but he does a pretty good job handling it and finding Ledman. That adds a little extra element for the Duke defense to have to take into account.
Face-off violation.
Really play good defense and just a little bit better offense.
Hoben back on to take the face-off for the Panthers.
I think they're going to get a hold.
23, Mully.
Maybe a hold on Duke.
The regular season last year, Duke won 27-8. You got to be pretty happy with the way you're playing here early, and there's the big face-off win they needed.
Trey Smith with the pull goes in and grabs it. That's a huge, huge ground ball. Vines now with a goal and an assist. High Point's back within 4.
I'm surprised we don't see 2 long pulls up for High Point here to try to mix it up, but they're going to gain another. I don't know where they're going to point.
It looks like it'll be Duke ball.
Exactly. I mean, we said, it might have to be 7 goals one way for you to feel like somebody's really out of it. And another violation. So that's 2 violations. He really is a complete attackman. A lot of guys might think of him as a finisher, but he does a lot of the other stuff you need out of a good attackman.
Mention his size is listed at 5'9", 175 on the High Point roster.
See if High Point gets into their 10-man here.